first real heat we've had today, and that I felt like anyway. So it was a good test for us at this point, and I thought we had a good practice. I thought our quarterbacks were as sharp as they've been all camp. So I was excited to see that. We still got some inconsistencies at wide receiver that from some guys that we've got to have one other guy really step up and get in the mix, and we're having way too much inconsistency there. Not so much with effort, just with whether it be an MA or continue to have some drops. We've got to get in a short amount of time another guy ready to play there. Thought the offensive line pushed through well today. Looked really good in our scout period, understanding the portion of the game plan that we have in. Got to be with the defense a good bit early on when they were doing scouts, and seemed that we had a good understanding of what was going on there also. And continue to be impressed with some kids like DeMarcus Gates and Marquise Haynes. I really think those guys are going to add some length and quickness to us on defense. Special teams wise, we had a good little battle of field goal kicking at the end of practice. It continues to be Fletcher in the lead right now with that. Ben Steele will start at center. Made that decision. Robert is very, very valuable to us, and will play 3 positions. He may be one of the most valuable pieces of us offensively because he can grasp all 3 of them and can function and do those well. So that's what we've decided there.
What made it still win that job?
Probably more. They're pretty even, and knowing that we're going to rotate Robert at all 3 on various possessions. Just gives us a little more flexibility, but really they're about equal. But we need to. Robert probably needs to concentrate more on both the tackle positions between now and then, and that gives us our ones the reps with Ben more.
Looked like Laramie was held out a little bit when we were out there. Was that about getting some work or something else?
Yeah, it's just we've kind of rotated some guys that we would hold out some of the pad practices. Yeah. It was his turn this morning, and that's really it, just getting Fine work at left tackle and Robert.
How has Fine picked up left tackle?
He's picking it up. It's not much different than right, other than you're going to be on an island probably a bit more. So that's probably more work, the better work for that, more so than working in team settings, is in one-on-ones and pass rush with our defensive line. And he's done an adequate job.
Is he athletic enough to do what you need out there?
He's athletic. Depends on who you're playing, who the matchups are. There's always about matchups, and no matter who we put out there, there's guys in this league that sometimes you're going to cringe when you get in too many one-on-ones if you're not able to run the ball some. If they know you're throwing it, I don't care who we put out there. It's difficult, so you got to be balanced. That's been our whole goal since we've been here. We've been fortunate to be able to be balanced in most games, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
What pops up in your mind is a couple of candidates for that extra wide receiver spot you're talking about need?
Markel Pack, Dayall Harris, Trey Bledsoe, Contavious Burdett. We need one of those 4 to get ready.
Who do you think's closest right now? Hard to say.
Watch the film today. I hate to say right now. I need to watch the film.
How many more days do you kind of look at them before you kind of make a decision about who is the best of those 4?
Wednesday of next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard anything update on Stringfellow or Mars?
They've more information has been requested, so I don't think we're near the end in the next few days.
Anything more you can say on Sammy Epps?
Sammy and I have had a long talk the last 2 days. He has to understand that it is a privilege to be a part of this team and decide what kind of brand he wants to be known for. And as I've always said, kids make mistakes. I make mistakes, and I'm always going to lean toward the kid if I think there's some way we can salvageable, and probably to a fault. Our coaching people in general and coaches, we think we can fight to help all kids, and I think Sammy is a good kid. Obviously made a mistake. He deeply regrets it. It's an embarrassment to him and to our program, but there'll be some punishment for sure from our end. I told him I would think about it tonight, let him know tomorrow, but it's disappointing anytime your kids make a mistake, just like my 3 daughters. I hate it when they do things that I know are not good for them, but I'm still going to love them.
Is there any chance he misses the boys again?
Yeah, there's probably a real good chance of that.
Does this situation push him closer to a red shirt?
You know, my initial thought was absolutely yes, but I'm not saying yes to that just